When we're talking about double density, which is
Two houses on the same lot.
right, the question really isn't whether that's okay. The question is whether it's appropriate in the area that you do it in, whether we're taking stormwater into account, because obviously, as we've learned this year, it's a very soggy place we live in, the middle of a river valley. But also, are we spreading it around? If when we're talking about affordable housing, I live in the Dad Perry Park neighborhood. I would love to see some more affordable housing in my area. I just want to make sure that it's all over town and not just on one side of town.
The affordable housing is what could alleviate the problem with the shelter that doesn't have enough money to keep people there now.
Yeah, and when we talk about affordable housing, we need to realize we're talking about all kinds of things. Yeah, we're talking about people who are in the shelter, people who are living in the shelter, people who are in transitional housing, people who maybe are fighting addiction issues, people who are working with Britt Nash. It's really a wide spectrum. It's not just people in low-income housing. It's really a wide spectrum of people.
Isn't it unconscionable for the city and the county not to give enough money to the shelter to keep people there from being on the street?
I am disinclined to cut funding, so to say, to the shelter. I will say there's a longer backstory, and that is that we asked the shelter to do a study on how they could run their business better, and we did that. We paid for it. That cost money.
Because they've had several leaders over the years.
And the budget they delivered to the city and the county was based on that study. So actually, what my impression is that maybe that number was lower than it would have been had they asked, had not had that study or not been directed by that study. So for certain city commissioners to act magnanimous that they gave that extra money, the truth is their budget would have been very different had they not gone by the advice of that study. So I think it's not cut and dry, it's not black and white, but what is cut and dry and what is black and white is that a city is not a business, it's a family, and we don't get to leave people behind. We have to find ways to help people. I don't care what budget it comes out of, but we cannot let people be camping in parking lots. That's unacceptable.